Oh my gosh. We have so much to talk about. All right, already reading your comments. It's all of you are talking about last night's Oscars, and of course, unfortunately, the smack heard around the world. We are talking about Will Smith hitting Chris Rock across the face. It was censored here in America, but in case you missed the full context, here is the exchange.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked out of me. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Wow. Lupita Nyong'o was all of us. Did you see her reaction? Because I think we all kind of felt like it was a bit, and then it turned really dark real quick. Al, as a comedian, and then just as a viewer watching the Oscars, what did you think?
I'm obviously shocked. That's not a real hot take. But I looked at that as somebody that's had somebody come on stage and approach me in a bad way. I've had friends that have been punched on stage. I've had friends that have had shot glasses thrown on them on stage. Comedian friends. Thank you for clarifying. It made me think that this is what every comic is scared of, and why we also love comics, because we are asking them to go up there and make a joke about something that might be unpleasant, that might be funny, silly, sexual, whatever. We're asking them to do that. But if you miss, now not only can you risk being canceled, but you can risk being assaulted. I know almost as many comics as I know that have been assaulted during and after a show that have not. And this kind of violence is not okay for a number of reasons. Yes, it was an incredibly sad moment, but it undid everybody's work from that night. All the fashionistas, all the people working the red carpet, all the people driving the celebrities there, all the people cooking the food. We were 10 minutes away from having the best Oscars ever, Sam. We were all organically texting like, this is great. Amy's hilarious. Coda made me cry, and now we just have to talk about an assault. So this is what happens when you put your hand on another adult. It undoes everything, and now you have unleashed a train, Jeff, Tori, Sam, that you cannot put back in the station.
I'll take it next. First of all, I want to shout out to Chris Rock. He took that shot like a G, not to make light of it, but he took it and he went on, which was the breaking point for me, because I thought it was fake for like 15 minutes. I'm like, there's no way that really happened. But if it didn't happen, Chris Rock is the best actor I've ever seen, because he was obviously distraught like a deer in headlights and kind of just pushed that video forward. Anyways, I hope he's doing okay, right? To go back to Will Smith for a second, to defend him in this moment, I understand you don't talk about somebody's wife. You definitely do not put your hands on somebody else on live TV when you're a role model the way you are. My parents growing up, I'd rather them beat me than them tell me they're disappointed in me, right? Mm-hmm. And when my parents gave me that, I'm just disappointed in you, and walked out the room, that's how I felt about Will Smith, because I'm a huge fan. He's an inspiration to me. His videos, what he does on the side, how he is with his families. He's an amazing man, and to do that really knocks him down in credibility. And I do want to bring this to cancel culture a little bit, right? Because we are being canceled. People are being canceled. I'm up here. Sometimes we talk about transgender, Black Lives Matter, whatever the tough subject may be, I'm up here in sweaty armpits because one word can get me ruined from this career, off this stage for good. Will Smith assaults somebody on live TV and he wasn't removed from the Oscars. I don't care if he was winning Best Actor. He should have been removed. He went to the Vanity Fair party after and smiled and took pictures. What did Chris Rock do?
That was a bad look.
Absolutely uncalled for. It needs to be called out, and defending him in any way and saying he's just a human being is not acceptable. Because when you defend somebody like that, I have my moments too. I've also lost jobs for things that I've done 12 years ago, okay? So if you want to say I'm a human being, use the same sympathy that you do on Will Smith as you do for me. We need to get rid of cancel culture. I don't think Will Smith should be canceled. He needs a road back. I think there's road for redemption, but we need to get rid of this whole cancel culture mentality. Sorry.
No, thank you. Tori, before you respond, you mentioned that, you don't want anybody defending the behavior. Let me just talk about what some of the celebrities said about what happened on both sides, okay? Some are not condoning Will's actions, like Jeff, including Judd Apatow, who said that's pure out of control rage and violence. But on the other side, we do have Tiffany Haddish, who supported Will, saying, as a woman who has been unprotected, for someone to say, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, that's what your husband is supposed to do, right? protect you. Tori, what do you think is going to happen to Will Smith? Do you think his Oscar will be taken away? There is a code of conduct with the Academy. Do you think there's going to be penalties in casting in Hollywood? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, there's now going to be two Will Smiths. It's the pre-slap Will Smith and the post-Will Smith, the slap Will Smith. And in an instant, he changed for a lot of people, and he was a lot of people's role model. He never cursed in his raps. He was always a positive role model. Not only did he curse, he assaulted someone on live TV. So to me, Hollywood will take a look because it comes with a lot of baggage. But I also have to say, and I know that I might get flack for this, but it's a layered conversation when you talk about, especially since I've spoken to a lot of black women and black women's friends, that when you speak specifically about black women's hair, in front of a mostly white audience, it's a real dig. Now, what he did is unacceptable. Hard stop, period. But I do want to bring that part of the context into it.
What do you guys think about his apology? I want you guys to see his acceptance speech, because just a few minutes after he hit Chris in the face, he did win the Oscar for Best Actor. That should have been his night, right? He was incredible playing Serena and Venus Williams' father, Richard, in King Richard. So I want you to hear what he had to say when he picked up his Oscar. Take a look.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things.
Well, that's what made me uncomfortable.
That's not an excuse.
Because I don't
And he didn't apologize to Chris either.
Well, we forget, yes, he didn't apologize to Chris, but I have to say this because no one's brought up the fact that, for me at least, growing up, this is a family event. It comes on at 6 o'clock. I grew up watching it with my family. There was a lot of children watching that last night. Now, my kids didn't watch it, but a few years down the road, they would have been watching that. How do you explain that? I don't want them to think in their head that love equates to violence in any shape or form. I love Will Smith. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. This, in my opinion, is not his character. And I wish in that acceptance speech, he would have just said, this is not how you act.
This was wrong.
I misdirected my anger for X, Y, and Z. This is wrong. Don't emulate this.
Absolutely. He took away so many people's moments in that moment. And the fact that he had an opportunity to apologize to Chris and then went to a vanity party and partied after that, that's a lot of explaining to do. We're here for it, but he's got some explaining to do. Nobody is above just like being part of this society that we're in, not even Will Smith.
How weird was the normalcy? Like the night just went on.
I stopped watching.
We will talk about that during the break because that was bizarre.